picked up a few points from one of the minister's speeches, which I just would like to share a few points. Already I've spoken about government's focus on bulk drug and high-tech medical equipments. Japan may shift some of their companies to India. Apart from Japan, there could be other countries which would like to shift their manufacturing base from China to India, and for that, the people here, the government as well as the local manufacturers should be ready to take advantage of this. Infrastructure projects normally are slowed down whenever these kind of things happen, but as per him, they will be fast track. Roads, construction of roads will go on at a high speed. Connecting of rivers will happen. Metro work will not slow down. There will be an investment in rural economy. Businesses which are related to rural economy. A lot of investment will go in there. And already I have spoken about alternatives for import of electronics and newsprint will be another focus area. So now let's see a few companies which are top in their particular sectors. So why I'm sharing this is because so that you can actually plan your business and your career in such a way that you actually target these companies for your business or development of your career. So there is a list of these companies. I will not like to read it out completely, but I just have a cursory glance. So you can get the details from Google. When you kind of put in top 10 companies in this particular sector, you can get all these names. So there are life insurance companies. Like LIC is already the top company. ICICI Prudential is there, SBI, HDFC, Max Life. So these are all life insurance companies. Then there are health insurance companies, which are the top health insurance companies. They are like Apollo Clinic, Star Health, Max Bupa, SBI Health, Religare, and others. Then there are these e-commerce companies, which is like Flipkart, Amazon, Big Basket, Snapdeal, and many others. And we also have a lot of online medicine apps nowadays. Practo, 1mg, NetMeds, Pharmacy. And then there are online policy companies which are assisting the life insurance and health insurance like Policybazaar, etc. So all these companies are likely to do well. Then we have online education companies. So these are again Byju's, Udemy, GradeUp, Unacademy, Topper, and many other companies which are there. Coming to the retail sector, we have Reliance Retail, Future Retail, Shoppers Stop, Infinity Retail, Aditya Birla Retail, and many other big companies which are there in this sector. So online food companies have currently taken a hit, but yes, they are likely to bounce back. So companies like Swiggy and Zomato, but the impact on the offline companies might remain. We then have the courier companies. So these companies, there will be again a demand, for delivering many things. People would not like to go and deliver something face to face or have interaction face to face. So the courier companies demand will again go up, and so these companies will again get a lot of business which hitherto may not be there. So like FMCG companies would like to use these courier companies for delivering directly to the end customer. So as of now, the FMCG companies had a set of distribution, where there were distributors and then there were retailers or the dealers who were there, and the customer used to go and buy. But during this pandemic, many of the companies have started delivering directly to the end customers, and here there are companies like Swiggy, or there are companies which are courier companies. They may come into play. So you might find a Hindustan Unilever or an ITC delivering you a chocolate or a soap at your home through a courier company. So let's see what could be a few outcomes for the companies. So a prolonged lockdown could severely affect the sales, the top line, as well as the profits of the companies. As a result of which, they may face a lot of losses, and some companies, various sectors could in fact shut down. Some companies have already started cutting their losses. and there will be a lot of manpower reduction which might happen. There will be salary reduction which might happen. People may not going, or the companies may not going for any capex equipment. They may not going for new offices, new machinery, new furniture, or any other thing. Something which are there. They may kind of use their cash for more for operational purpose. For the daily operations rather than spending them on something which is for the future. Uh, so work from home may be the new normal now. So many companies would kind of allow their employees to work from home, and similarly they will set up their infrastructure accordingly. And so this will again result in growth of companies like Zoom, GoToWebinar, MS Teams, and other platforms which are required for online meetings or webinars. So thus there will be a shift of businesses from offline to online. So many people, whether it's a company or an individual or whoever is providing a product or a service, will definitely try to use online as one of its channel. So we'll have a lot of online classes, video courses, doctor consultations, and many other online things may start happening. So what could be the situation for employees? So as probably there would be a lot of job losses which might happen. There could be oversupply of employees in the market, versus whatever is the demand. So freelancers may be needed instead of fixed pay workers. So companies would probably prefer to have a freelancer who can work, or maybe who can actually give his output as is needed rather than having a fixed term employee. So demand for freelancers may go up. For a As a result of which the employee will now have to sharpen his skills. So continuous learning will be a kind of a new way of life for him. So the approach, like should be like student for life. So person will have to keep on upgrading his skill and sharpening it and being relevant. So even if whether he has a job, if he has to get a promotion, still he will have to improve his skills. Or alternatively, if he doesn't have a job but he has some good skills, maybe he may get work for those skills. Now again, spending more time at home for the employees will become very common. So people would rather stay at home, so chatting with family, having exercising at home rather than going to a gym. Gyms again is a big sector which is impacted usually. People will start cooking at home, and as I said, restaurant and other sectors definitely is going to get impacted in the short term. Considering all this, you will have to see how you are going to reorient yourself. First thing is you will have to take care of yourself. Second thing, obviously, you will take care of your family. Third thing is of the society, how you are going to take care of the society, contribute to the society, take their help also in return. And then the fourth component is the government. So there will be a lot of government policies which will come in, how you are going to kind of react, or maybe you are going to how you are going to respond to all these policies. We will have to see. So I have put forth a few points here which I thought worth sharing, which could help in self-development. It could be for an employee or it could be for a businessman. It could apply to any individual as such. So what are the points which are? So first thing you should do is do a SWOT analysis. Second thing is skill development. Third is networking. Fourth is multiple sources of income. Fifth is business or a startup. So these are the 5 points which I have listed. Now let us see one by one how we need to take action on these 5 points. So when you do a SWOT analysis, you have to see what are the unique skills and capabilities you have which you can leverage during this period. In the area of improvement, you should see what are your areas of improvement, what are the weaknesses you have, and try and see how you can improve them further, how you can eliminate them. Then threats. So you have to see what are the threats to your role, to yourself, and then for your company, so that you are aware about how to respond to all those things. Then finally, what is the opportunities. So you have to identify what are the opportunities for you within your company, the current company you are working with, and also what are the opportunities for you outside the company. When you do a SWOT analysis, do it for both, for yourself as well as for your company, so that you understand not only, or maybe you contribute not only to yourself, but also you contribute to the company you are working with currently. The next option is skill development. So you can look at reskilling yourself or upskilling yourself. So let's take an example of reskill. So how can you reskill yourself? So suppose you are a sales professional. So then you can look at marketing. So how I can actually prepare myself for a marketing role. If you are a marketing professional, so then you can say, or maybe you can look at how I can prepare myself for the product management role. If you're in a product management role, then you can see how you can prepare yourself for an advertising or a PR role. And the circle goes on. So a person, so what would happen is probably sometimes some companies may say that currently we do not require a sales force because they cannot go outside on the field and sell. So there could be a reduction in the sales force. So then what do? I mean, you need to move to another job where there is a vacancy, where there is an availability. So you can go to either marketing or product management or any other thing. Similarly, it can apply to other functions. If you have to upskill, so what are the things you can do? So if you are an executive, you have to learn or maybe kind of improve your skill level, do some certification courses and other things so that you prepare yourself for the next level, that is the supervisory level. If you are already a supervisor, then you should again learn techniques and other things, take guidance of your mentors and prepare yourself for the next level, that is the managerial level. And a manager should prepare himself for the general manager level. Now here again you can take help of a lot of online courses which are available, add certifications to yourself, learn from a lot of webinars which are being conducted now, and improve your knowledge so that whenever you go back to your work, actually your skill also improves accordingly. Prepare yourself so strongly and so powerfully that whatever the impact on the company, you are not impacted. I mean, you become the critical resource within the company. So now let's see what is the other action an individual can take. The first thing is you should prepare a list of growth sectors and companies. Earlier, I already mentioned which are the growth sectors and the companies. So maybe you can take some references from there, or you can form or with your own knowledge identify the sectors which are going to grow, and from that particular sectors which are the companies which are going to do well. So identify those companies, and then maybe if required, you can apply to those companies through their website or to Naukri.com or through any other online platform. You can apply to those companies through the company website, Naukri.com, Global Skill Jobs and Skill app, or any other job website. Second thing you can do, if you are an employee and you have lost your job, or maybe even if you have one business which is not doing well, you can look at starting another business, or an employee can look at starting his own business, look at having his own startup. There will be a lot of different innovative products which will be needed post this COVID-19. So there could be a demand for some vaccines, there could be a demand for a lot of PPEs which are there, drones could be there, online platforms are there, sanitation products will be required. So there will be a host of demand for products which were hitherto not in demand. So you can look at some of those products and innovate and create a product or a solution around all these needs. Third action you should take is multiple sources of income. So earlier people used to invest in real estate, gold, stocks. So all those things, maybe except for gold, will not give the returns which they used to give earlier. So we'll have to look at new avenues of income. So you may start consultancy, you may start training, maybe preferably online training. You can take a franchise, you have some good brands, and so on and so forth. So you should look at some other or new ways of earning income. So the next point is networking. So networking for promoting your business or career. So there are two strategies for promoting your product or maybe for sales. They say one is differentiation and second is price. But apart from that, the one strategy which is used is relationship. I think that is one of the most important strategy for kind of selling yourself or the product. So the next action item is networking. There are two ways to promote your product or service. One is differentiation and second is price. But apart from that, relationship also plays a great role. So if you are good at networking, good at building relationships, definitely your career can zoom, your business can grow. So there are various ways of networking. For professionals, I think LinkedIn is a very good platform. And for businessmen, there are various platforms like BNI, which is one of the platform, then TIE, which is there, the Indus Entrepreneurs for startups, and there are various other. If you find out, there will be industry organizations which are there. So be a part of all these organizations, platforms, and so that they can help you in your business as well as your career. There will be a lot of social and community groups which are there. Be a part of that. Contribute back to the society, contribute back to the community. So while you contribute back, definitely you will gain. As you sow, so you reap. If you give, definitely you are going to get back. And then get in touch with your old school and college friends. Yes, they could be a very strong source of support as well as kind of guide you for your new career or a new business. You can also collaborate with them and start something new. Here, I would also like to share with you a method which can help you to have a very positive mindset and be successful. Many of the people have now gone into stress and they are really looking at the future with uncertainty. Their language has become negative. So we have to ensure that all this negativity, all those people who think kind of that they are beaten or they are down, how we can support them to come up again, have a very positive and a strong mindset. So here I will share with you a method which you can use for your own self as well as for your company. So maybe if you are having daily meetings or maybe weekly meetings, what you can do is you can start that with sharing a success story. So first thing you can share is maybe your own personal success story. For an example, I just say that I was running for 20 minutes till yesterday, but today I did 30 minutes in the morning. So that's a small but a success story. In terms of your business or maybe professional success, you may say that I got this order, which was I was following up for the past few months, but even during this lockdown, I was able to convert this and I got this order. So something of that sort. What happens is when you keep sharing this success story, it creates a positive mindset among not only yourself but your whole team, and this thing gets into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious minds also start thinking in the successful way, and what happens is your attitude, your approach wholly changes. You actually now start thinking in a very creative manner, in a very innovative manner, in a very confident way, in a very positive way. So what happens is again you actually get success, because now that your mind has already started thinking in a very positive way, your actions also are very positive, they are powerful, and which leads to a powerful outcome. So hence use this success cycle method for your own self as well as for your company. So to summarize a few things, first thing is the customers, be in regular touch with them and identify their changed requirements. It's very important that if as a company or as an employee you are in touch with your customers and also understand what are the changed needs which are there. Be in touch with your suppliers, understand what is their requirement, and if there is anything that you also want to communicate, that I mean the contract which is there probably needs to be changed now. You want to change the payment terms, you want to change the supply terms. This is the time to take them in confidence, discuss, and have a win-win situation. Don't just pass on your difficulties or problems directly to your suppliers. Again, talk to your employees as a company heads or senior people from the companies should regularly be in touch with their employees and understand from them what are the challenges they are facing. Give them comfort. Even if there is some decision the company is going to take, keep them informed. Be very transparent. So ensure that all the stakeholders, which are there for a company, starting from your employees, your customers, your suppliers, are all kept informed. Finally, even your company shareholders should also be kept informed through a newsletter or through an email that how the company is faring, what are the actions the company is going to take to ensure that they come out with flying colors after this lockdown is over or this pandemic is over. As an individual, focus on online learning as well as teaching. Come out with innovative solutions to tide over this crisis for yourself as well as for your company, for the society, for the community, the environment. So try and see, now everybody is interdependent on each other. So come out of your own maybe self requirements and try and see that you contribute to the whole community, the society, and the world and the environment at large. Upgrade your skills and capabilities. Join online courses, attend webinars, read books, talk to people, and ensure that you have a lot of learning during this entire period. Take care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual health. You may exercise in the morning or maybe in the evening. Instead of exercise, you may dance, do meditation in the morning. Ensure that your mind is cool, calm, and you are able to tide over this crisis and take actions as required. And also ensure that your near and dear ones take care of their physical, emotional, and spiritual. Work as a team. This challenge due to this virus has shown us that only competition is not going to help. We have to have collaboration, we have to have co-optation. So as an individual, you should not look at kind of performing very well within your team or within the company. Ensure that not only you but your team performs. Even when you are having to work with your competitor, ensure that wherever you can collaborate, you should try and collaborate and see that both the companies benefit. In fact, I would say that many companies or many products which are now going to be manufactured in India. For an example, in air conditioning industry, the indoor units are all imported. So the Indian companies do not have that kind of economies of scale to manufacture those indoor units in India, as a result of which the cost goes high. So if all maybe it's 4 to 5 brands come together, put a single factory which just manufactures indoor units, and then all these 5 companies source it from that particular factory, the economies of scale will also come and price also will be kind of competitive. So that kind of a collaboration is what we should look at. So all of us should look at how we can work together as a team. Finally, I would like to end with a quote which says that it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that will determine your altitude. So if you have the right attitude to succeed, you will definitely succeed and you will become the champion. I am Rajan Gaukar, Director and Co-founder, Global Skill, Jobs and Skill App. My partner is Atul Shirwad. Together, we are on a mission to skill 1 million Indian underprivileged youth so that they get a job or are self-employed. During this pandemic, we have offered the job section in our app free of cost to all the employers and the companies. They can post their requirements and job vacancies on the app and help all those people who need jobs.